MovieWeb.com.
Well, there's lots of great rock and roll in this film, and you know, especially at the end. And what I'm wondering is that what inspired you to make this film?
Well, it was the music. You know, I was born in 1950, which is the year that Honey Dripper takes place. And as I got to know the music more and more and more, my kind of appreciation of it spread out. And that meant not just discovering new artists, but going backwards as well as, you know, sideways into the music, back into the blues, back into gospel, back into rockabilly and country music. So really a lot of the seed of Honey Dripper is about that transition when all these other musics kind of had to you know, sit aside and rock and roll came barreling through.
Were any of the characters based on real life people?
Well, the character who doesn't show up, you know, he's called Guitar Sam in the movie. There was actually a Guitar Slim who was a New Orleans guitar player who was known to miss a gig now and then. And so a lot of people who are now kind of, you know, famous guitar icons of rhythm and blues, at some point in their young lives were told by their club owner, nobody knows what this guy looks like. He didn't show up tonight, you know, you are Guitar Slim.
Well, how did you land such a great cast?
Well, you just ask and you hope people say yes. I think it helped that Danny Glover said yes. It took us a whole year of trying to raise money for this that did not happen. And Danny kind of stayed with us and said, just, well, let me know when you think you're going to make it, and I'll try to make some time in my schedule. So then, when we were asking other actors to be in it, it was, oh yes, and the lead's going to be Danny Glover, and that I'm sure opened a lot of doors, especially with people's agents.
And what are you hoping that people are going to take away from seeing this film?
Well, I hope, you know, like with any movie, I hope they just kind of get into the characters and live the story along with them, you know, and you know, get excited about, okay, what's going to happen next. But certainly, I think reminding people of those roots of the music that we listen to today, reminding people of those roots of the civil rights movement, reminding people of you know, what the South and cotton was to so many people's lives and to American history. You know, this was really not just a trip back in music, but a trip back in Americana.
What was your favorite part in making this film?
You know, I always like the editing. You know, I you know, kind of just getting to work with the actors without the time pressure and put all this great stuff together. And the music editing was you know, pretty intricate on this. The music in the movie is live, most of it. You know, when people are playing, it's really their solo. They were playing it live. And editing that, you know, to get the best out of that was a lot of fun.
Well, and what's the status right now of Jurassic Park 4?
Jurassic Park 4, I did a couple drafts of that movie a couple years ago, and so you probably know more than I do. I'm a screenwriter, and screenwriters are very low on the totem pole. So, you know, I was one of the writers who worked on it, and I don't know if they've continued to work on it or if they're going to make it or not.
So you haven't heard anything in like the last year or so?
No.
And what's next for you?
I'm writing a novel. I'm on strike, and I'm writing a novel. I'm writing a novel that's called Sometime in the Sun, that's set during the Philippine-American War, which is about 1898 to 1902, and waiting for the strike to end. And when it ends, I hope to, you know, continue my career as a screenwriter.
Well, with that novel, is it written such so that you can easily translate it into a
Actually, it was already a screenplay, and when I was writing the screenplay, I was thinking two things. One is, we'll never raise enough money to make this movie, and the other was, you know, I keep compressing the story to try to get it closer to 2 hours, whereas once I decided, you know, it probably should be a novel and not a screenplay, I'm able to expand it, so it keeps getting bigger every day.